So I'll just briefly introduce the Cluster Hub, which is the Cluster Hub production of raw materials for batteries from European resources. And this is the context of this webinar, in which both projects are part of this Cluster Hub, in which this was founded in 2022 as part of the Raw Materials Week. It was already conducted the first annual workshop. And the idea is to bring projects from the from Horizon Europe to discuss common topics, common challenges, and to discuss a lot also common, like how to find solutions for to foster the battery production, and also to emphasize the importance in the growing demand for batteries for the European Union. So the idea of this cluster hub is, of course, to expand the network. So you're always welcome if you're aware of a project that can fit this purpose. We are welcome to receive your contact. I'm going to go through the presentation so you can learn more about the Cluster Hub. But we organize forums to discuss common issues. For example, this webinar, and also physically, we've been together last year in the Raw Materials Week to also foster discussions among the projects and bring the project managers together, and then to provide input and results, joint input and results to the European Commission. So in the context to create this cluster hub is exactly what I was mentioning, the growing demand for the battery production. So for different purposes, such as consumer electronics, energy storage, and electric mobility. So this is a graph that shows, and some facts that shows this growing demand up to 2030. And this is why we have 16 projects now that working on not only research and innovation challenges, but also to address other challenges related to addressing this growing demand for batteries, to optimize the processes and refining technologies across the entire value chain. So, for example, from the primary sourcing of raw materials for batteries up to the recycling. So there are more than 100 organizations. So there are 16 projects at the moment, but it's always growing. In the past meeting we had in Brussels in November, there were 12. So now we are growing steadily, and we welcome you, of course, if you are aware of an initiative or if you lead an initiative that can fit this purpose, we can get in touch and contribute and to find joint activities and joint discussions to address the common challenges. So as I mentioned, it is across the whole battery value chain. And these are the participating projects. I try to just shorten the presentation so we can keep track on time. But I will paste it in the chat, the website, so you can learn more about the Cluster Hub and then learn more about the projects involved, and also to get in touch with us, with our members.